Hello everyone, this is John Ward with Appalachian Homes, People and Places, and I'm back in Greasy Hollow this morning, and I'm here with Ralph's daughter, Joey. And Joey lives in Ralph's dad's house, her grandpa's house that Ralph grew up in, and lived here, then just moved down about 200 yards down the street, across the road, lived there for a few years, then they bought the house across the street. So Ralph's lived here his whole life, and we've been documenting it. And if you've not seen the first 4 episodes, make sure you watch them, because we've got footage in there that Ralph took of his 1950 farm-mile tractor, and we haven't really seen it yet. It's been in the barn, and you might have saw on one of the videos where we drove around the barn. And so we're going to find the tractor and look at it and get some footage of it, and then we're going to show you. So there it sits. We saw footage of it several times on different videos that I posted of Greasy Hollow Memories. And if that's right, if it's a 1950 model and he bought it in 1950, Ralph has owned this tractor for 70 years or 71 years maybe. So I'm thinking that has to be some kind of record of owning a tractor for 71 years. I don't know of anybody else that would own one that long. So that's amazing. You know, Ralph being 95 years old, and he bought this probably in his 20s. Yeah. And this is the trailer that you see in the video, hauling stuff on it. So
just jumped up.
Probably what, 30 years maybe, you think? Don't know, because he's got the Ford tractor he bought in the 70s, so that tractor is quite a bit newer.
Yes.
So he probably started using that when he bought that new Ford, and kind of gave this a little bit of a break. Yeah. And so there it is. Been talking about it, and we have found it. What about this little section over here? Does it open up?
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything in it, but you're welcome to look.
Oh, well, yeah, look at them old Coke bottles in there.
Oh, is there some old Coke bottles?
Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's old magazines or books in this boxes up here. So it just keeps going up and up higher. Yeah. Stuff just keeps being stored up in the wall. Oh, we hung tobacco in here? Yeah. Oh, wow. There's a whole assortment of bottles up here, Joey. And jars and books. So yeah, how about that? Somebody's kept these and collected them, huh?
Yeah.
Look at that. Somebody, check this out, guys.
Huh?
That's very neat. They don't make those no more, Joey.
They don't.
We found Mrs. Butterworth in Greasy Hollow with her lid on, and there's more of them in here. That's not the only one. I think there's another one right here. Oh, wow, that is even older.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Whose are these? Who's these belong to, Joey?
Dad, because they were Mom's.
Is this stuff she bought that she had in her store to sell?
Mom was a collector. No, she didn't buy them to sell. She just collected them.
So yeah, these are really neat.
They all got brought down here.
So does she have stuff like this in the store? I know.
Yeah, she has old bottles up at the store and up on the top shelf.
Oh, they're still there.
Yeah.
So they might have been in some of them old pictures then, huh?
Yeah, they should have been. Yeah.
So cool. We don't know how many things is in here, but there's some neat old jars, so that's really neat. So yeah, I love going through stuff like that. And these looks like magazines probably from your mom Life magazines. How about that? Let's see if we can find a year on one of them.
Did see it here? This one says 1967.
1967. They're addressed to Robertson.
Yeah, their dads. Their daddy used to get them all the time.
So these are your dad's magazines.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's boxes full of stuff over here. This looks like... Oh, wow. Now here, check this out. Hold this for me just a second. Look at that. Candy. Believe it or not, that box is valuable. Oh. Look at that. That's an old
Bradley's candy box. This is just old calendars here.
Oh wow, it's from Tennessee. No kidding. Look at this, guys. I don't have much slide up here. Bradley's Candy. And this is the...
Living in Tennessee.
Never heard of them. Let's see, it might have a date down here.
That was those cream drops. That's those chocolate drops, I call them.
Chocolate drops.
Yeah.
You remember them, huh?
Oh, gosh, yes, I remember.
Since 1896. So, wow, that's just so cool. You know, that really needs... She was using it to put the receipts for the store in. Wow. 1991. Well, the receipts are probably not worth nothing, Joy, but believe it or not, the box is probably worth $30. You believe that?
Daddy went.
It might be worth more. Anybody watching this, tell us what you think it's worth. Anybody in Tennessee that collects any type of stuff, that box would have to be worth some money to them. I collect stuff. To me, I would pay $30 for it without thinking. And now we look down here and we find some more. She used those candy boxes to put receipts in.
Oh, there's a bunch of calendars. Just, I don't know.
Calendars.
Just calendars, yeah.
Oh, wow, 1991.
It might be around 1991.
So yeah, this is really neat. You girls are going to have to go through this sometime,
Yeah.
and get some of the pieces out that's really special and put them up somehow, or put them back in the store. You just need to make this, and you need to make a museum over there in the store.
Yeah. Yeah.
And fix it up. And this right here needs to go back in the store. That is so cool. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is that old Bradley's Candy. We'll ask I'm gonna get a picture of it here. Then I'll ask Ralph about this and see what he remembers.
Okay.
So we found a box of tools right here of old rusty stuff that's really cool. That for somebody like me just thinks this is really neat Appalachian culture and history. This stuff was probably some of it maybe over in the blacksmith shop.
Yeah.
And we found this right here, this old handle, which is really cool. I know a lot of people would love to have.
Yeah.
And then we found something right here that Joey was showing me, and she asked me if I knew what it was, and I said, well, maybe it was a vampire stake. And she said no. So tell us about that, Joey.
Well, when it was too wet to set back with the tobacco setter, when they had to set it by hand, they'd use this to dig the hole with. Now, I'm not sure if this is the exact one they used, but it was similar to this, because this might be too big. They might have said something else with this, but I think that's what it's for.
Wow. So there's just stuff sitting everywhere up here that's neat to me. I love antiques and stuff that come out of actual working farm, and especially when you know the history of it. It's so cool. There's so many things that your mom preserved and put up here that's really neat. I bet it's been a while since your dad's been up here.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I don't remember the last time. There's another Bradley's candy box.
There is. There's another one right there. It's not as good a shape as the other one, but most definitely those boxes need to come out of here, Joy, and be where you know that they're not going to get weather on them. I think, to me, they're very precious and special, you know. Mm-hmm. And there's so much stuff in here that you could go through that your mom bought and maybe at some point put back in the store and put on display. And so, wow. Yeah, I could spend a few weeks going through stuff like this because I'm just that kind of person, loves exploring stuff, because you're digging out history of old receipts and old bills. And here's some more, look here, more Mrs. Butterworth over here.
Oh, yeah.
So I have no idea what the Butterworths are worth. If anybody watching knows, we've got this one.
Here's a
Frosty. Yeah. And I'm gonna go back over here where we've got my light on this thing now, and there's a Mrs. Butterworth over here that must be fairly old. This one I found, I don't know, it doesn't have a sticker on it. I'm not for sure how old it is. Then here is one with a sticker. So there's just several crates of these old bottles that are really neat. Love stuff. Oh my goodness, look at those 7-Up bottle. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, this has been a real treat, Joey. You don't know what it means for me just to get to see this stuff, and other people's going to enjoy seeing it too. So yeah, we're up here in the barn that was originally built was, I guess, Jonah built this barn originally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, very neat. Very neat. I bet it's been quite a few years since anybody's been up here.
Yes, it has. It has.
So
I come to the bottom, I come down there and feed some cats, but I've not been up here in a long time. Very careful here.
Okay, because, stuff like that, people's going to love seeing this. And it's been a little bit of an adventure getting up here, which is fun too. Yeah. I'm kind of adventurous. I don't know if you've noticed that or not.
Yes, I've noticed that. Which is good. It's good to be that way.
Wow. So look here.
Be careful now. This step is really.
That step is broke. Oh. So there's still hay over here.
Oh yeah, there's hay up there too. See.
So.
Oh, it's been there, well, years and years.
12 years, for years and years.
Yes.
Hey, and this, there's several stalls down through there. This barn just keeps going on.
Yeah, there's several stalls.
So what was the last animals that you had that you used for the hay?
Cows.
So you had cows maybe 12 years ago?
Yeah. Oh, no. See, after Daddy quit raising cattle and farming, he leased his land.
Oh, so somebody else had that in there. I got you. I see. So
it's still been a long time ago.
So okay, so we got 2 ladders here.
Yeah, this one's to go with there, but you gotta be.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here. You film. Can you film me?
Yeah, I can film you.
All right.
I got your head cut off. I can't get it up high enough to get your head.
Yeah. Well, all right. Hand it to me now. Maybe we can.
You got it.
All right. Thank you.
Now, just all that stuff comes from my aunt's house.
So, what was your aunt's name?
Cleo, Kennel.
Leo?
Kennel.
Where did she live at?
She lived in Oak Ridge.
In Oak Ridge. Oh, wow. Check it out, guys. An old pedal car.
That's been here a long time.
I can imagine. Probably was Rouse when he was a kid.
No, it was his cousins.
Oh, his cousins? So you know the history of it.
Yeah, Daddy knows. He told me that it belonged to.
What, did your dad end up buying it or something from him?
I don't know how come it got here. I don't know.
Well, that'd be cool in the store.
Yeah.
I got visions for that little store, see?
Yeah.
You could fix it up and have a reunion once a year out there.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Love to do it. And I'm going to take this to the pissy and clean it up.
So let's look at it just a second. See if it's a Lane brand.
No, it's not a Lane.
It's got some certificate or paperwork stuck down there.
See, it was my mama's. See, it was purchased in December of 1955.
Wow. That was your mama's? Oh my goodness. Yeah, you need that back in the house.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be about here. If you need help sometime, I'll help you get it, okay?
Yeah, I clean it up and take it in.
It's in amazing shape, really.
Yeah.
A little bit of I'm gonna think linseed oil or something, some kind of oil, clean it and then oil it down. And wow, yeah, that's precious. So
And now that one goes inside, so we throw it. There you go. Just
that's
like that.
tilted a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was
I'll
inside.
come around and get my camera. I'll put this one in,
Okay.
and then you can lock it. I'll run around and get my camera.
There we go. There we go.
So let's talk about the cats just for a few minutes before I leave and go see Ralph, see how he's feeling today.
Okay. Well,
So how did they accumulate? Just started with?
Well, it started with one cat. One cat come over here, and it was a calico cat. And that was my first mistake. She was wild, and I should have caught her then and had her fixed, but I didn't. So then she had kittens, and then her kittens started having kittens, and then I just accumulated them. And there's a guy out the road. He brought me 2 cats over here and just set them out. And I don't know where all of them come from, but that's how they began.
So you'd like for somebody to take some of them home if they wanted them?
Yeah, and they'd be real good barn cats.
Okay.
Yep.
So if anybody's watching these some cats, they're used to living in the barn, and they're good at catching squirrels because we found a dead squirrel in there and probably mice and different things. So how about the outhouse? Do you remember it being used?
No.
You don't ever remember?
No. The roof on it leaked and the floor fell in, and I've got to cut this thing down. I got the roof fixed, but I never did get the floor fixed.
Oh my goodness, look right there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
What that is, don't you?
Yes, ma'am. Wow. I'm removing that. We're gonna put this up here.
Okay. Okay.
This is just too cool to leave down here. You need this up here. So yeah, this is a pea pot. So it's probably original to the house. So this has got some vents in the back. I've never seen an outhouse. This was a fancy outhouse. It was vented.
Yeah, it was vented.
So, and the little gate's really cool. And I love the old wire fencing right here that runs all down the back of the yard. Yeah. That's really cool. So, well, it's been a great pleasure to get to go through that barn and see everything.
Oh, I gotta shut that door.
Oh, yeah, we didn't get that door.
We didn't get that plank put across the back door either.
Yeah, I did. I put that plank on.
did you?
Yeah, that's what. That's the reason I stayed in there.
Okay, well, thank you. So there's one of my cats.
Yeah, we're not seeing them today. They've ate and they hide, don't they?
It's not too hot.
Do they come out when it's cooler?
Yeah. I'll bring them some fresh water down to the food.
Well, they seem like they got a pretty good place to live here, but they'd probably be happier if they had a home where they didn't have so much company.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
So does this house have a room upstairs?
Yeah. And a bedroom upstairs.
A bedroom?
Yeah, just one room.
So, let's go over here and let's put this pot, see if we can find a place for this pot over here somewhere with this other stuff.
You want to put it in here?
Oh,
No? Okay. Put it where you want.
well, I just think it's so cool, I think it needs to be out. So, you know.
Now these boards right here, these come from my great-grandpa's house. The one that the house that was up on the hill where Daddy's grandpa lived.
Uh-huh.
Because they tore it down because it had termites.
Uh-huh.
And so I asked her if I could go up and get some boards, and she said, yeah, so I got these. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with them. but they did come from that house. Not this one right here, this, but the rest of it.
I would take that and clean it up and set it in the house. That's a very nice, I'd love to have something like that on my shelf at my store, you know. It's very, very Appalachian.
Yes, it sure is Appalachian, that's for sure.
That is just, you know,
Yeah.
getting to go through your stuff here and your dad's and your grandpa's, and some of the stuff probably was even passed down from your great grandpa would have been, what is it, Lemuel? What was his name?
My great grandpa was called, they called him
Bud, but his dad, what was his dad's name? Lemuel. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. There might be some stuff here from Lemuel too, you know.
Yeah, they could be, but now I don't know.
Even this right here, this is.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff is just so neat.
Yeah.
What we got here?
That's an old
table.
An old table that's instead, and I left this wagon sitting out here. I had no idea it was Russell that's sitting here, but look at it. The same way with this glider. Look, that's Russell just sitting here.
Yeah. Now this didn't rust most likely because I think this is porcelain. You know, it's got a porcelain coating on it.
Yeah.
And this was probably from used in the house. Your dad probably used that.
Probably too.
So you know. This cat here seems like it ain't too scared.